Don't be surprised if something pops up over my shoulder. Granddaughter Elise is sneaking away. 22nd of June, 1853, Stepan Vasilyevich Vyodowski and family sail on a company ship Sitka from Hamburg to ship arriving April 17, 1854. Serving till June of 1854 when he is relieved by a captain of the first rank Hampus Furjelm, Furuhjelm, then serving or leaving Sitka on the steamer Imperator Alexander II, born in 1805, dies on September 17, 1884. 1912, George Henry Byington, mail carrier, born in Artesian, South Dakota, marries Mrs. Helen Jane Baker in Anchorage in 1963. Labor in the bush and longshoreman in Anchorage, U.S. mail carrier, Anchorage, 1951 to 59. First full-time mayor of Anchorage, 1951 to 1959 to 61. Candidate state governor, 1962. City councilman, 1963 to 64. Member of Borough Assembly, 64 to 1966. Candidate for state senate, 1964. Acting postmaster, Anchorage, 1966 to April 67. Almost single-handedly initiated and directed movement of all-American city status for Anchorage in 1956 and 1965, introduced original soft drink AHA in 1967, leaving Alaska July 68, ranger for the National Park Service, Sheridan, Wyoming in 1970. 1955, Soviet MiG-15 fighters shoot at a U.S. Navy maritime reconnaissance plane while making it barely possible to reach St. Lawrence Island for a crash landing with no injuries. In 1953, a Soviet fighter opened fire on a Strategic Air Command WB-29 weather recon plane. The SAC gunners returned fire and the MiG-15 withdrew. 23rd June, 1835. Matroni Dulani Ball, lawyer, collector of customs, born in Fairfax County, Virginia. June 23, 1835. He was a teacher until the outbreak of the Civil War. Confederate Army from 1861 to 65. Law practice, editor and publisher until appointed collector of customs in Sitka, 1878 to 1881. Elected the first unofficial delegate to Congress from Alaska, September 5, 1881. U.S. District Attorney, Sitka, 1885 to 87. Dies aboard southbound steamer September 13, 1887. In 1901, James Nolan, businessman, born in Boston, Massachusetts, marries Elsie Sylvester in Wrangell in 1925. Works with the Vermont Marble Company, Prince of Wales Island, 1920 to 24. Ice cream and confectioner business with short order lunchroom, commercial fisherman during summer months, Deputy U.S. Marshal, 1924, 1934 to 1945, purchased the Wrangell Drug Company in 1941, combined both businesses, city councilman Wrangell, 3 terms, Territory House of Representatives, 1947 to 51, Speaker of the House, 1949 special session, Territorial Senator, President in 1955, Delegate to the Alaska Constitutional Convention, 1955 to 1956. In case you keep hearing that come up, there were 55 in 55, taking 55 days to set that Constitution in place for adoption by the public. Chairman of the Selective Service Board, 1945 to 46. In 24 June of 1823, Captain Lieutenant Miravyev wrote that for laying in feed in the summer season they should hire 30 native women at a wage of 75 to 100 rubles, while temporary female workers should be paid 1.5 rubles per week. The governor encouraged children to help as well. For such I do not plan any monetary wage. That in 1823. 1922, with Charles Otis Hammondtree at the controls, the Boeing C-11S biplane with 100 horsepower engine rises from, every so often I go dark here, rises from the water at the west end of 4th Avenue with Arthur Marsh of Brown and Hawkins as a passenger. Anchorage's first flight proves successful. 1995, the father of the Iditarod dies on this day at his home in Knik. Born in Oklahoma, raised in Pennsylvania, a dog musher in Alaska. For the past 52 years, he was co-founder of the Iditarod Trail sled dog race, along with Dorothy Page, who predeceased him. Ladies and gentlemen, another snippet of a snappet. And hopefully you know a little more of why we are who we are and where we are. Alaska, the great dream, and you're a part of it. Thank you.